All rise for the Honorable Perry T. Cook. Chapter 59. What Mr. Kensky Says. Show me the fish, Mr. Kensky says. I lay out 6 cans in front of him on the table in the law library. Ah, yes, he says. He traces his fingers all the way around the top seam of one can for about 2 seconds. Kensky looks happy. May I have my camera back? I say. He slides it over, and I breathe a great sigh of relief. It's only been a few days, but I've missed it. I wait and hope Mr. Kensky will have something important to tell me, and I hope he'll say it plainly. Well, you're right. There is something wrong with the case. Several things. I slide my notebook out of my backpack and open it. He's going to talk fast. He won't repeat anything. I just know it. I grip my pencil. Putting it simply, she refused counsel to confess, he says. 6 cans of fish, and he's telling me something I already know. There's something wrong with that, he adds. I'll get back to it in a minute. As near as I can tell, the driver of that car was technically at fault. The driver, I repeat to myself. I don't interrupt. I already know this, too. Only an eyewitness can dispute the description of what happened in that intersection, he says. The car pulled left into the path of the truck. The diagram of the accident clearly shows. I'd be interested in the intersection records, the history. This looks like a supremely bad one. He stuffs his fingers into his hair and scratches his head. Now how about the faculty, the man that died? Looks like he was your mother's father. Yes, I say. I already know this, too. Come on, Kensky. Well, unless it's a missing document, and it might be, he folds one finger into the air and points at me as if to blame me for not photographing every page. Nothing in the report says he died of injuries sustained in the car accident. You mean he didn't get hurt by the car crash? I think for a second. I don't know, Mr. Kensky shakes his head. It doesn't say. The whole report is full of holes. He flicks his hand. See, counsel would have dug into that, he says. If she had counsel. He drums his fingers on the sardine case. She refused a defense, and she pled without a breathalyzer test to check for alcohol. It's practically impeccable, he says. He wipes his lips with his fingers. But debacles like this happen all the time with mind-boggling frequencies. I think about what Mom told me, what she didn't see she didn't see manslaughter charge coming. Wouldn't they make her do that? I ask. A breathal thing? Should have. That had to be someone's mistake. Can't tell you what happened there, he says. But I do know that the courts love a guilty plea. A confession is a confession, I say. I say it. Correct. Thing is, I hadn't pegged your mother for an in-line as young as she was, Mr. Kensky goes on. I can tell you this. Refusing counsel and confession usually means one thing. His eyebrows curve together like 2 furry white caterpillars meeting head to head. He makes me wait, like he's not going to tell me. I got you your fish, I remind him. He nods. My guess is she was protecting someone. When he says it, it comes to me like a surprise, but not a surprise. It's more like a jolt that wakes me up, something inside of me. The driver, I say. I'm talking to myself. Kensky nods. He says, Look, kid, a mess was made of your mother's case. I see a girl with no reputation, a dangerous intersection, bad weather. List goes on. He shakes his head. But I've asked around and, You didn't ask her, did you? I can't hide my panic. I don't have to, he squawks. You know this place is full of voices. Your mother's trouble all over her patrol hearing is not because of the incident that got you put here. He fixes his eyes on mine and cocks his head. It's about me, I say. Kensky nods. So all this digging around in the past probably isn't going to help her. Even if she should have never been here in the first place. She's already served, he sounds annoyed with me. But I have to keep her from getting more time, I say. Mr. Kensky's lips are in a tight line. I want him to say something, Give me a piece of advice. Anything! But he sits there, tapping his old split fingers on the cans of sardines. What do I do? I finally asked him. You count on justice, he says. Good luck with that. If you ask me, someone's going to have to pay. You mean pay for me being at Blue River, I say. I don't need Mr. Kensky to tell me that I am right.